I'm going to try to narrate this showing here. You can see that the slideshow shows the replacing of my irrigation valve. And the irrigation valve is actually the backflow prevention valve. If you have lawn chemicals or something that you apply to your lawn, or there's something, dirt or anything, get in the water through your sprinkler heads when they turn off or turn on, you want to keep the contaminated water from your irrigation system from flushing back into the same water that your neighbors are drinking and you're drinking. And that's what this irrigation valve does. So the first thing we had to do, we looked at the two sides, the two sizes of the irrigation valves, and we saw that wider, width-wise, the new valve is actually wider. So we had to choose to extend out or move to the right the vertical pipes. So we started digging on that side, and you can see that my buddy Tony that really helped me out and did me a huge favor is doing this right now. He's digging that out. So after we looked at the excavation, we were able to see what was actually going on, and the valve goes in. I found a sprinkler head there that was overgrown and caked with all kinds of material, and I don't think it, probably the last 5 years it had popped up or whatever, and hadn't done anything there. But it's kind of misleading because that pipe does not go straight into the sprinkler head. The sprinkler head is, I think, on a flexible type hose or pipe or something, and it seems to be there, but it's the pipe itself is not going into the sprinkler head. So this is the look of the whole damaged valve. It damaged this year, 2010, 2009, in December when it was so cold. There must have been fractures in the casting because during the freezing and the expansion of it, that's when it really showed. My roommate Dave came out and found out that everything was down, was puddling out there, and I looked, and it looked like I was turning the tap on my faucet, so God only knows how much water I was just paying to go into the ground. So what we really had to do was plan the extension. So that bottom horizontal pipe is going straight out from where it is, and there's no way to actually move that to the right. So we had to figure out what we were going to do. So Tony went ahead and cut out the old valve and had to get that out of there. And when we looked down and realized that the width needed to be modified, Tony sent me off to our local Tractor Supply, and we were able to get some elbow valves. So you can see, since that valve that's going perpendicular to the house, it can't be moved at all, so that's why we had to put that sideways valve in. So it was, $1.79 a piece there, so that was no big deal. So here's Tony showing us that it's looking pretty good, and you can see at the bottom right elbow that it looks like it's a little short. So Tony had a spacer that he put in. So this shows the new valve is attached on the left, and you can see that it's a much better design. The other valve, if you go back and look at the picture there, shows the, it's like a Tommy gun drum from a Tommy Thompson submachine gun, and it's very difficult to get at. But this way, the diaphragm and everything is there, and I'm thinking it's pretty cool. It's on the top for easy access. So again, this shows the oops, not enough pipe, and so there's the spacer. So now we all have to do is just glue that last piece in. So you can see how all these are glued and fitted together. Tony wanted to make sure that there was some more glue around there, which was good. And this shows that everything's been glued up and it's fitting in there better. We're looking at a leveling problem. It was going slightly downhill, and Tony had the idea of getting some rocks and material when we filled the dirt in to kind of buttress that up. So that's pretty good. It's going to have some settling. It's kind of a pain, but we'll see what happens with that. So, but for the most part, it's reasonably level, and it's all right. So, as I mentioned, Tony was able to go ahead and do all this stuff. It was excellent, and I'm going to put a plastic border around there. I'm going to get some of that landscaping border. I think I have some in the garage. I'll put that down in there, And what will happen then is I'll put some decorative rocks on top once I go in and make sure that the everything is settled properly and try to buttress that up or whatever. But that should be very good, and it's definitely better than what I had. Definitely more robust. So you can see the comparison between the two valves, and there really is no comparison. That old valve was all frozen up, and I believe it wasn't a very good quality to begin with. But then again, I have a Miranda home, and as my roommate David likes to keep on mentioning, are they Miranda? No. They are Miranda, no responda. They never, when they were still here building the neighborhood, they never came back and did anything or made good on half their warranty claims. Very low-class outfit. So voila, there's the new valve. It looks good, and I think it's going to be a lot better. I don't know if you can tell from looking at it originally, but Tony decided that he wanted the valve higher off the ground, so if it did get hit by a lawnmower or something, that it was less likely to be damaged. And also, too, I'm 45 years old now, and, you know, things on the ground you got to bend over to do and wrench around and monkey around. So I decided pretty much that I didn't want to deal with it, so it was good that, you know, he made the valve go up higher. So basically, voila, the new valve.